Ayo, what's good, y'all? Man, we gotta talk. Some news dropped, and I ain't gonna lie, it hit different. If you grew up on them old school martial arts flicks, them Grindhouse classics, them low key bangers, then you know the name Mel Novak. And if you ain't know, sit tight, we gon' break it all down. Yeah, it's official. Mel Novak passed away, man. April 9th, 2025. Dude was 90 years old, lived a whole lifetime for real. And I know some y'all probably like, wait, who? But trust me, you seen him before. Maybe you ain't catch the name, but the face, the vibe, the cold-ass villain energy, unmistakable. Let me put y'all on game. Mel Novak was that dude who always played the slick, silent, deadly type. The type that ain't say much, but when he did, somebody was about to get wrecked. Real talk. His biggest flex? He was the main villain in Game of Death. Yeah, that Bruce Lee joint. My man was out here going toe-to-toe with the legend himself. Like, bro, imagine that on your resume. Most actors only dream about that kind of shine. And it wasn't no fluke either. Mel wasn't just some extra in the background. Nah, he held it down as stick. Cold-blooded, smooth with it, always in control. He came in like, yeah, I'm bad, and I know it. That energy, iconic. But that's just the surface, fam. Dude had a crazy journey. He was born in Pittsburgh back in 1934. Old school roots. Grew up tough. Played some serious sports. Even got a shot at pro baseball. But injuries held him back. Instead of letting that break him, he flipped the script and went into acting. Started slow. You know how it is. Small roles, grinding. But eventually, he carved out his own lane. Mel found his niche as the villain. The kind that'd make you grip your seat a little tighter. Like, yo, this dude ain't playing. And get this, he did most of his own stunts and fight scenes. No body doubles, no easy routes. Just straight hands and dedication. Mel was out here catching fades for real in them scenes. Movies like Black Belt Jones, Tom Horn, The Ultimate Mission, and a whole bunch of others. This man had that underground film scene on lock. He was like the king of cult classics, and if you was tapped in, you already know how legendary that is. But yo, it wasn't just the movies. Here's where it gets real deep. Mel Novak wasn't just out here acting like a tough guy. He had heart. After his Hollywood run, he became a full-blown minister. Yeah, for man went from throwing fake punches on set to preaching the gospel in real life. He was in them prisons, them Skid Row streets, talking to folks who felt like the world gave up on them. Almost 40 years doing that kind of work. That's real purpose. That's impact. And let's keep it 100. Not many people got that kind of range. From villain in front of the camera to real-life hero behind the scenes. That's a legacy, no cap. And that's what made Mel Novak different. He wasn't just an actor. He was a paradox in the best way. Cold as ice in the movies, but warm-hearted as hell when the cameras stopped rolling. People saw him play the bad guy so much, they didn't even know he was out here saving lives, ministering to folks who had nothing. Real street ministry, not just preaching from a podium. He sat with people in pain, in darkness, and gave them hope. That dual life, that's rare. It takes real strength to live with both sides of yourself like that. Hollywood gave him scripts, but he wrote his story. One with impact, not just applause. I ain't gonna lie though, Mel ain't get the flowers he deserved while he was still here. That's how it goes sometimes. The big names, the A-listers, they get all the shine. But the ones who built the foundation, the ones who gave your favorite stars their blueprint, they get slept on. Mel Novak was one of them. And it's crazy because even in his later years, he was still moving, still doing interviews, still telling stories about Bruce Lee, about the old days, about what it meant to be a man of faith in a crazy world. He had that OG wisdom, that smooth delivery. Like, you could just feel the experience in every word. You ain't have to agree with everything he said, but you respected it, 'cause it came from a place of realness. So now that he's gone, man, we gotta remember him right. Not just as the bad guy on screen, not just as the dude throwing hands in slow-mo karate flicks, but as someone who lived a full life, a life with ups, downs, twists, but always moving with purpose. And I'ma be real with y'all. The world needs more Mel Novaks, people who gon' play their part, stay solid, and keep it 100 no matter what lane they in. He ain't chase clout. He ain't do it for likes or trends. He just was who he was, and that's rare these days. So yeah, rest in peace, Mel Novak. You may be gone from this earth, but you etched your name in the game forever. From that icy stare and game of death to the warmth you brought to them, lost souls in real life. You did that, and to everybody out there listening, don't wait till it's too late to show love. Give props while folks still breathing. Celebrate the OGs. Study the blueprint, 'cause they the ones who paved the way so we could run today. All right, I'ma head out before I start rambling. But do me a favor, next time you scroll past one of them old school flicks, hit play, sit back, watch Mel Novak do his thing. And remember, it ain't always about who's the most famous. Sometimes it's about who left the realest mark. Much love, y'all. Stay up, stay locked in. And hey, don't forget to like the vid, subscribe if you ain't already, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next drop. Show some love in the comments too. Let's talk Mel Novak memories, fave scenes, all that. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.